Hello folks, this is Ayatana from InspireToRise.com, and today we have the Phicomm Energy 653, the Micromax YU Yunique and the Swipe Elite 2 smartphone here with us for a comparison review between all of these smartphones. So guys, let's begin. When it comes to weight, almost all of these smartphones are equivalent in weight except the Swipe Elite 2, which is considerably a few grams lighter than both of these. Both of these weigh around 127, 128 grams, but the Swipe Elite 2, which has a smaller 4.5-inch display, is a little bit lighter than the other two. When it comes to availability in terms of colors, the Phicomm Energy 653 is available in black and white colors, and we have the white color over here, and the YU Yunique is available only in black color. The Swipe Elite 2 is available only in black color. When it comes to the battery capacity, the Swipe Elite 2 has a 1900 mAh battery, the YU Yunique has a 2000 mAh battery, and the Phicomm Energy 653 has a 2300 mAh battery. And in terms of raw numbers, the Phicomm Energy 653 surely has the biggest battery in all of these smartphones. And when it compares to the overall battery life and usage throughout the day, the Phicomm Energy 653 and the YU Yunique have almost comparable battery lives, and both of them last really good. The YU Yunique also lasts really good, but the Phicomm Energy 653 does last 1 hour or 2 hours more than the YU Yunique. And apart from that, the Swipe Elite 2, owing to its small screen and owing to the fact that it does not use that much battery, even the 1900 mAh battery does last a little longer on this device, and it also does not have as much resolution as the rest of these smartphones. When it comes to display, it has a 960 x 540 pixel resolution 4.5-inch display, which is a considerably smaller variant as compared to both of these, which feature a 720p HD display. The Phicomm Energy has a 5-inch display, while the YU Yunique has a 4.7-inch display, and the Swipe Elite 2 has a 4.5-inch display, so it's in a descending order. And when it comes to the resolution, it has 1280 to 720, it has also 1280 to 720, and it has 960 into 540. And when you compare them in terms of brightness and everything, then the display on the Phicomm Energy 653 is really bright, while that on the YU Yunique is not as bright as compared to it. And Swipe Elite 2 display is also considerably bright. We have set all of them to auto, and you can see the difference in terms of brightness and difference in terms of how the colors are popping out on all of these displays. The Swipe Elite 2 has a 1.3 GHz quad-core MediaTek chipset. The YU Yunique has a 1.2 GHz quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 410 chipset, and while the Phicomm Energy 653 has a 1.1 GHz quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 210 chipset. When it comes to raw power, the YU Yunique does fare better than almost all of these smartphones, and let us just show you the benchmark comparisons to give you a further detail about how they perform. So when it comes to the Antutu benchmark, the YU Yunique has the highest score 20,808, followed by the Swipe Elite 2 at 20,430, and the least score by Phicomm Energy 653 at 17,446. So that's all for the performance. And when it comes to the overall RAM, all of these smartphones have 1 GB of RAM, and apart from that, when it comes to internal storage, all of them have 8 GB of internal storage. The YU Yunique supports 64 GB expandable storage by micro SD card, but the Phicomm Energy 653 and the Swipe Elite 2, both of these smartphones support only up to 32 GB in terms of micro SD card expansion. All three of these phones come with Android 5.1 out of the box, and when it comes to the UI is different on all three of them. On the Phicomm Energy 653, it's the Expect UI. On the YU Yunique, it's almost the stock UI experience, which feels really nice. And on the Swipe Elite 2, it's also custom launcher made by the Swipe guys. But still, when it comes to other things like notifications, etc., much changes haven't been done by all of these companies except the Swipe Elite 2, wherein you also have a separate bar over here for different activities and things. When it comes to the camera quality on paper, the YU Yunique, the Phicomm Energy 653 and the Swipe Elite 2, all three of these smartphones have an 8 megapixel back shooter, while the YU Yunique and the Swipe Elite and the Phicomm Energy 653 have 2 megapixel front camera. The Swipe Elite 2 has a 5 megapixel front camera. So let us just test the camera samples. So you can see the same image taken in an HDR enabled mode in all of these three smartphones. The color which is most accurate and most true to the original color of the flower that we took the picture of is one on the Phicomm Energy 653. This is the actual color of that flower, orangish, light orangish, and the most deviation in terms of color is seen on the Swipe Elite 2. When HDR mode is enabled on all three of them, the Swipe Elite 2 showed it to be yellowish, while actually it was that shade of orange which is being seen over here. A shade between orange and yellow seen on Phicomm Energy 653, while the YU Yunique also does not capture it that accurately, and the colors are different when compared in detail. When it comes to the overall clarity in focus, the Swipe Elite 2 has a very great clarity in focus. You can see that the internals of the flower are also visible with a very nice detail. The YU Yunique also shows really great clarity in focus. The internals of the flowers are visible with really nice detail, while that on the Phicomm Energy 653 you can find that the internals are a little bit blown out and not as clear as you might want them to be. But still, when it comes to the overall color reproduction, this phone has the most accurate colors in HDR capturing or even in normal image capture, so that makes the Phicomm Energy 653 the winner. The second by a close margin is the YU Yunique, and the third is Swipe Elite 2 when it comes to the camera quality. And let us just test the front camera of these smartphones. So you can see a selfie taken by us on all of these smartphones. The YU Yunique has a definite advantage in terms of taking selfies because it has a wide angle camera, and that is visible in the overall frame being taken at the same height and same distance by this smartphone and with the same arm length. The YU Yunique comes out with better quality selfies. The overall smoothing etc. of the features etc. feels really great, and the overall effect on the selfies is really great. And the Swipe Elite 2 shows a somewhat more darker side of the selfies. The same t-shirt in all of these three. On paper, the Swipe Elite 2 has the best camera in terms of overall clarity because of the fact that it has a 5 megapixel camera and the other two have 2 megapixel camera. But when it comes to real image quality, the YU Yunique has the best selfie camera amongst all of these three, and the overall quality of the selfies taken by the YU Yunique is better. While there would be more details on the Swipe Elite 2, but still the YU Yunique's overall selfie feature is better. And the Phicomm Energy 653 does come up with better color reproduction even here also, but still the selfies are not up to that mark. When it comes to low light camera performance, the Swipe Elite 2 is the clear winner, and with the Phicomm Energy 653 on the second number and the YU Yunique on the third number when it comes to low light camera quality. So as you can see, none of these smartphones is a clear winner in a specific category, and in terms of features also there is a vast variety of difference between what each smartphone offers. All three of them are dual SIM phones with support for 4G LTE only in the first SIM and not in the second SIM. When it comes to the gyroscope sensor, the Phicomm Energy 653 and the Swipe Elite 2 both have the gyroscope sensor, while the YU Yunique does not have a gyroscope sensor. When talking strictly in design terms, the Phicomm Energy 653 has a very nice glossy finish on the back, has a plastic build, but still it feels solid enough, and the phone is not that huge as compared to other 5-inch smartphones out there, and it feels pretty solidly built enough in hand, though the plastic on the back seems to be a little bit more susceptible to damage. Swipe Elite 2 is a small smartphone, and as is visible over here, it has a very small nifty build quality, and overall it feels pretty solid. The back has a very nice matte style finish, and it feels somewhat like the YU Yunique, but still it has a pretty solid build quality of its own, and it's pretty light also. The YU Yunique is definitely the best build out of all of these three and feels pretty solid in hand. When we compare the audio quality of these smartphones, the Swipe Elite 2 has a decent audio profile, and this is the maximum possible volume on the Swipe Elite 2, which is not that high as you can hear it. And at some points on very high volume ranges, the audio does feel a little bit torn, so it's not as clear as you might expect it to be. So when we play the same track on the YU Yunique smartphone, the audio is pretty clear and there is no distortion of any kinds in the audio. But still the maximum volume is limited and not as high. It's almost comparable to the Swipe Elite 2 in terms of maximum volume, and the placement of the speaker is on the back, which was the same on the Swipe Elite 2, and when you keep that on a flat surface, the sound does get muffled up, which is the same problem in the Swipe Elite 2 also. And we have played the same song on the Phicomm Energy 653. And as you can hear right now, it also shows a little bit distortion at the highest possible volume, which is right now. And when you keep it on a flat surface, the volume does not get that much muffled up because of the fact that there are small protrusions over here, but still it gets a little bit muffled up. So all in all, the volume on all of these three smartphones is comparable. When we finally talk about the pricing for all of these smartphones has been changed quite a lot. While the Phicomm Energy 653 retails for a price of around 4 to 5,000, and the Swipe Elite 2 also retails for a price of around 4 to 5,000, and they keep changing, fluctuating. 4,500 to 5,000 is the range between which both of these smartphones are available. Yunique was also available for a price of 4,999 rupees, but right now there has been a spike in the price of the Yunique, and while we are doing this video, we got to know that it has been raised to a price of 1,500 rupees more. So it's not the same value for money proposition that it was before. And right now, if you really want to go in that price range of 6,500, you get the better smartphones like Redmi 2 Prime, etc. So guys, this was all for our comparison video between the Phicomm Energy 653, the Micromax YU Yunique, and the Swipe Elite 2. In case you like this video, then don't forget to hit like on this video and do subscribe to our channel. This is Aitana Jha from inspiredtorise.com, signing off folks. Stay inspired to rise.